Hey guys, you're here at Southern Mud Podcast. We're down here at Timber Creek Boats, and man, never in a million years thought I'd be down here with Mr. Tyler Cruitt, and it's man, great to finally see you again. I don't know how many years it's been, but
It's been a minute.
I mean, how long have you had this building?
2017. So, I can.
7, 8 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I hadn't set foot in this building in probably 8 years ago.
Right.
I mean, that's crazy that you moved down here from Opelika. It's ironic how we kind of meet back up, and over all the years we've, I guess we kind of started together.
Right.
I guess knowing each other. I know you started probably a few years before that, and I guess, man, the biggest question probably people want to know is like, I mean, you went to Auburn. I don't know if you graduated. I didn't graduate.
Right. No. One semester.
One
away.
semester, yeah. It's funny, both of us now have 2 successful businesses. I think it's real encouraging for people out there that, are doing something. Maybe they're in the trade of welding, stuff like that, or, tell them how you got started. I mean, I guess, I remember vividly when I first saw my Timber Creek boat. I think it was maybe Craigslist or
Probably.
it was because
That's before Facebook Market.
Yeah, it's before Marketplace. So I remember getting on there, and I remember vividly it was a garage, and there's this boat in it.
Right.
And I'm like, where is this boat being made? And I
Right.
was like, holy smokes, these people are making boats in my backyard.
Yep. So I mean, it started with a friend, and built one, and then one led to another, and then we needed more room, and so we found a little shop in Opelika, downtown Opelika, to lease, and fixed it up and made it work. And
Little bitty shop.
yeah, I mean, it was we started out with 1 or 2 bays there, and then eventually we leased the whole building. We had the front office area, knocked out a few walls, and we were able to make that work. And one thing, it's kind of, I guess, snowballed.
Yeah. So how did you get into, like, I guess, did your buddy start it?
Correct. Right. So he was building a boat in his garage. I saw it on Mud Motor Talk, and anyways, I hit him. He said he was in Opelika. I hit him up, and I said, "Send me your address." And I'm sitting on the couch and typing in. I'm like, "Dude, you're like less than a mile away from me through the woods." And so, I mean, we just kind of hit it off, and I learned a lot from him. He had a really good job, really good career with what he was doing, and he couldn't put as much time into the boats as I was able to. I was going to Auburn. I was working for the university. Also had a Sadler, my oldest son. He'll be 11 next month. So had the baby at home, and eventually it just kind of led to, I've got to, if we're going to make this work, I've got to focus on the boats, right?
Yeah.
And it was. I mean, it was kind of a people. You're crazy, man.
Yeah.
You think people you're gonna build duck boats for a
sell
living?
a boat for what?
Yep. Yeah.
That ain't no way.
Yeah. So I mean, it just I wanted a boat, and couldn't afford to go out and buy one. So sold what I had and bought the materials, and built it in the garage. And like I said, there's a couple guys out of Georgia that wanted them, so we built them for them. Lake Seminole was really where it kind of all started. With those guys running them over there, and that we've got customers all over now. I mean, we have more customers out of state, every year than we do in the state of Alabama.
Right,
so,
right.
So
yeah,
cool.
I guess so. I remember the shop vividly. Heck, I remember you learning how to paint with what's his name?
Ricky Torres, Camo Designs. Yep.
Yeah, came up, and then that's when I remember then the paint just became
I think that's kind of why we're the quality of boat that we're building now. I mean, I hate seeing the old boats. It's the first 20 or 30, 40 boats. I mean, even the first 100 boats. It's like, man, they were so nice back then too. And now whenever I'm still trying to find ways to clean stuff up, make them nicer, make them perform better. I did a lot of hunting back when we first started, so some of the features, the layouts of the boats, wanted to make it to where it made sense, that it was usable stuff. It wasn't wasted space. Or I don't love a boat that has a ton of closed storage, rod boxes, and I don't need that.
Yeah,
it's more
junk catchers.
Correct, and you start having the stuff just accumulate in there. But right, so I mean, you have you got the storage and all the enclosed rod lockers, and you just junk gets accumulated, and hunting season goes away, or your transition from boat riding season to coming into hunting season. Next thing you got your kids' toys still in there, right? And from the sandbar, and that's just how I've learned, keep it simple. I like easy to clean storage, and and then another reason why I really do believe that our quality has continued to get better and better and better is I've stayed involved from start to finish, on everything. I've done it all by myself.
Right.
I've had the crew of guys that I can also, bounce around and help them and show them what to do, but I'm still involved every day.
I think that's, and kind of back to where we got started is like, both of us starting a company from scratch. You and I both can do anything at any level at our companies.
Right.
Ourselves.
Yeah, I remember seeing you riding around Auburn before I even knew you. I was like, oh man, Southern Light guy. Like,
yeah,
man, I wish I knew that guy. Had the truck with the wrap on it and everything. Yeah. So it's cool. You helped me a lot from the get go with taught me a lot. With the wiring.
Yeah.
Let me come into your shop and bring my boats over there, and you show me the right stuff, man.
Yeah, taking photos. I remember. That's kind of when I really got, we had ugly boats back then.
Right.
And then I was getting to go take pictures of your boats. I was like, man, I can get into this.
Right. And that's it. And I still, I look back at those boats, I can remember some of the photo shoots that we did. I'm like, man, those are just, they were nice back then. And to a lot of people, they're nice boats, but
they're still high level.
What we're building now is just, it's next level.
It's nothing. Your boats now and the reputation you've built across the country. Obviously, it's hard to do what you do and run a business. It's heck, I couldn't run my business without my wife. I can focus on one thing, she can focus on another. So, customer service, and heck, I feel like the customers, shape who we are.
Oh yeah.
They give us their feedback and then we modify and change. And I guess maybe let's talk about like a customer in particular. You don't have to say their name, but a boat they came to you with that just sticks out in your mind, and what made it so crazy and impossible.
Man, there's been so many, and that's it's like, we've been custom, 100% custom spec per order, and the process of from start to finish, with that customer, it starts out good. Then, if there's any delay, it's just anything, it could get a little bumpy, and then, we come back around, they take delivery. But man, there's been so many. I feel like every boat, I'm like, oh, this is my favorite boat that we built, the next one, it's always like, this is my favorite boat we built. But I can remember one, I had a customer, he's out of Louisiana, and he sent me an email, said he was coming by the shop, and he just came in here on just randomly one day, and I think that's kind of really one that put us on the map, I guess, as far as going viral on Facebook. Just some of the likes, the shares, and it was a 1754. It was painted in grass. I always have done. Once I got down here, I was doing a lot of the photography, and I'm putting the little videos and stuff together. So, and I feel like I've done good with that. I always had customers that would. They may be photographers, like, man, you do really good with that, or who does your pictures, who does your content. And we've never been one just to post and post over and over and over. Yeah. We kind of would, I feel like people would get really engaged. They'd be ready for the next post. But yeah, so it was that 1754. And like, I remember that morning going out to take the pictures, and it just, the scene. And I remember the caption on the post was, oh man, what was it now? I just had it I can't remember that, but anyways,
we can put it up on the screen.
Right, I really feel like that was the one that put, just the amount of shares that it had. Yeah. And man, I don't, there's just so many really that have.
And they're all different.
Right. That's what's crazy. They are, and they are different. We would spend all the time with the customer, and they may be a different size, But if you really look into them, especially some of the pictures I do, drone shots, they're the same layout but a different size.
Yeah.
We're built, we've been custom to spec per order, giving them the, the opportunity to build it however they want, but they're still really building kind of the same boat over and over, just a different size. And
yeah. I'd like to know how many times someone probably said, "Hey, I want a boat camoed like that."
Yes. No, it's and that's the thing. And some of those posts that, like, I guess some of the more high-end boats, that we've done, people call and email, "What's the price? How much is it?" And then, usually I feel like every post we're at least going to get one sale off of it. But some of the ones, man, that we would just have like, "Oh, we're going to sell the fire out of this boat over and over and over." And I mean, it's sometimes not the one, sometimes it's just the more, I say base model boat, but even a base model from us, I feel like has been pretty loaded out boat over the years.
Oh yeah.
It's just kind of become the norm for, the taff boxes, bilge hatch, catwalk shelves, and front hatch. And
yeah. So, I mean, you never went to welding school,
nope.
I assume. You're self-taught, which is, phenomenal. Most stuff I self-taught myself too. I mean, how many times do you do something and weld it and you had to tear it out and do it again? Or, you're that.
Yeah, so that was we used to do a lot. I used to grind a lot of welds off, we would weld inside, weld out. So that before we were doing, a lot of TIG welding on a cap out of a boat. We would want it to be slicked off, and that was the look I guess I was going for. Now, like, I'm trying to leave every weld that we put on a boat because
time saved.
Yeah, too. But our customers are like, "Man, my buddy's boat, his welds don't look like this." Like, and they love to be able to point, the profile. They just run their finger across the weld. Like, man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. I really kind of kept a high standard for that. I wanted, if I was welding on the boat or whoever in the shop, I wanted it to be the profile that I wanted. So right. I've seen it on other boats. You can see where one guy was welding on one side and the other guy was welding on somebody else. And it's just like, man, like, this guy was doing better over here versus that one. So
yep.
Yeah.
It's got to be OCD. Like us all. You can't perfect a craft like this if you're just not, meticulous and
right.
Which is cool. And I guess a lot of it over the years, like you've developed. How many different hull types have you developed? What are the different hull? You got timber runner,
right? So we've traditional mud boat, flat bottom. That's what everybody wants. Square chine was fastest boat. Still probably is one of the faster mud holes.
Yeah.
Not turning though, right?
Right.
Gator tail, they started doing a step chine, and it seemed like there's us and a lot of others continue to follow that.
Right.
Doing something similar. Everybody's is a little bit different. But we've got our step chine. I've always called it Frank's chine. That's the guy that kind of helped us get started with the bending of the holes and helped us with the design from Pierce Aluminum. And he's retired now. And then our timber runners, 8 degree V. I did probably, took me 4 times of designing, making changes on that bottom to where it ran the way I wanted it to run. Didn't want it to, you get it in the turns and we need it to lock in and be on rails versus rolling into a turn. Some other manufacturers, they do a round chine. They turn great. They don't lift. We don't get passed by, not going to name the other manufacturers, but those holes, they turn on a dime. They don't.
Yeah. I think I remember you sending me your first video of it. I think it had a Pro Drive on it. And you went.
It was a bare aluminum hole.
Yeah, and you went around that corner in the marsh somewhere.
Yep, it was here down here.
And I was like, holy moly.
Yeah, so I remember that customer. He, I think we had built him 2 boats at 2 holes, and he's out of Tennessee. Big Arkansas guy, duck hunter. They got a really nice lodge and all out there.
How many people probably keep your holes once they buy it? Do they? You don't even see them for sale.
So usually they're kind of already spoken for. You don't really see them get onto Facebook Marketplace. If they are there, they don't last long.
Yeah.
We're getting a call from the customer that's trying to buy, or the lender that's, the bank that they're trying to finance through buying the used boat. But they don't. So we had some customers, they would try to stay into a new boat, every year. We'd have them to where they would pick up their hull, give us a deposit on the next one.
Right.
Because we've always, typically we're, a year out on build. So
right.
That's cool. The guys that they wanted to stay into a new one. And then whenever they sold it, and obviously we worked with them on pricing, to where they could get into a new one for what they were selling their old one for. Right. And I think we've done a good job too with that used market and I guess even on the new builds by, I guess not just dropping our prices, just trying to sell boats, or, because then what happens then, if you can go, why buy used if you can go buy a new one for the same price or cheaper?
Right. Right.
Besides the weight.
That's right.
And that's what I always said, man, if I had 10 boats sitting outside, I could sell them for more than, a guy that's building a fully custom boat that's they're waiting,
just because they don't have to wait
8 to 12 months.
Yep. Most things that are worth waiting for, I guess.
Yeah,
worth waiting
for. it's and that's the thing, man. I mean, we have it. I think that's what's really the coolest part about it is when these guys pick up these boats, and a lot of them, man. I mean, they're blue collar guys. They can't come down here on a Tuesday or a Thursday to pick up a boat because they're working.
Yeah.
So I was talking to Kurt, I can remember Christmas Eves and being up here at midnight on a Friday night, waiting on a customer to pick up. And I mean, and that goes a long ways with them too. But I get it. I mean, they're working hard to build the boat. They gave me the opportunity, and, they've given me enough time to build it. I don't care what time it is, we're going to make sure that we get it delivered. No having to set up an appointment 2 weeks ahead of time and stuff like that. So
what mud motor most people choose?
So it really depends on the area where the state they're in. We push a lot of gator tails. Yep. Always have. Those guys down there, the customer service is great.
Yep.
It just depends. So our Florida guys, it seems like they're South Florida. They're Mud Buddy.
Big open grass. And
and I mean, they say, well, it reverses better. Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? It's, you gotta, there's features on boat, like I could take some features from Mud Buddy. I wish that I could put it on Gator Tail and things, from Gator Tail, you know what I mean? So they're both great. And I mean, there's some certain things that one has, the other one doesn't, but that's with anything, right? That's what makes them a little bit different. But I would say probably we get moving up north. I seem like, I mean, as the years went on, we really started seeing more gator tails going up north. But I always try to say, tell them, do you have a dealership within 2 hours?
That's right.
A service center, somewhere that if you have some warranty work or something that needs to get done, let's make sure that. Yeah, I mean, if the nearest gator tail's 8 hours away, but there's a Mud Buddy, that's 3 hours away, I would try to push them to go with the Mud Buddy just because to help them out in the long run. Yeah.
That's why we're in the Midwest now.
Right. So
gator tail.
Yeah, man. I mean, like our California customers, they're something, man. They're really good. They've been really good to us over the years. We sent a lot of boats to California.
Wow.
Yeah. And I remember in Opelika, my first California customer, I was like, what in the world are they going to do with this out there? Just sitting around, we don't think, okay, there's, I guess back then too, I was like, is the duck hunting really that great? Man, they're duck hunting
better than anywhere in the country.
Right. And I mean, I know the last few years it's been like it's been slower for them. I mean, it's been slow for everybody, but those guys, I mean, they're like, man, if you could come over here, get closer to over here to building boats, like, there's nobody that's doing it.
Right. Yeah, we shipped a boat to Arizona. Mm-hmm. I didn't even know water existed in Arizona. And this guy's like, oh, yeah. Yeah. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, so I guess, let's talk about the elephant in the room while we're here. I guess tell us, it's kind of all started with Kurt, manager down here in, Foley, Mobile area, Southern Mud Sports. He's the manager there. And I guess tell them how y'all met. That's kind of just crazy how all this came together. I mean, to me, it's a godsend that just all this ends up.
And it all works out for a reason. I mean, it seems like, especially recently in my life, there's stuff that's circling back, and it's really, I'm not pushing it. I'm not forcing it.
Right.
It's working out.
It is.
And I mean, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So me and Kurt, we're on our boys played baseball together, and we hit it off. I mean, he's a good old boy. I feel like I'm a redneck around most down here, and he had a mud motor and mud boat, and it's really, I'm gonna tell you, this is even crazier. Like, so we sold our house, and Kurt and them, they're in that house now.
That's
I mean,
I can't believe.
And now here we are, right? So,
and then your sons.
Right, our boys are the same age. They play ball together.
Wade and Sadler.
Yep, and so I guess, man, I mean, me and Kurt have been talking about this for 2 years.
Yeah.
And finally, like, I'm like,
well,
man,
not 2 years, maybe a year.
A year?
I don't think he's been down here that long, but maybe I'm wrong.
2 years.
2 years. Okay.
And I said, man, we need to do some production boats. Let me build boats for Southern Mud.
Right.
Let me build a Southern Mud boat. Do y'all want to do that?
Yep.
And, and I know he had brought it up to you, and the timing wasn't right, or,
right.
And we were still building completely custom
right.
at the time. But so whenever the Coast Guard, that's what has brought us to building more of a production style boat. The Coast Guard with
you call that production style?
That's production boat. Yeah. So all of my files for that boat are 1751 Pro. So
right.
Pro is production.
Right.
But so we had everybody that's not everybody in the industry, but most of your mud boat guys, we were trying to keep a flotation exemption, which was a shallow water flotation exemption. No,
right.
No foam in the boats. The boats are, to be ran near shore. We're not running off in, big stuff unless we have to cross, right?
Right. We can do a whole podcast on that situation.
Right, man. I mean, and it has been something that I have stressed over for years, because we all knew it was coming.
Yep.
I was the world's worst at, I knew it was coming, but didn't have a backup plan. I tried to do some other things, get into building some different boats, and put everything into that, and last July, so I'm coming up on a year, that's when the flotation exemption expired, right. July 31st, 24. So we have not taken a single order since then. We were finishing up what we had on the books, and then I started focusing on the next project, which was trying to get into building bigger boats, and it didn't work out. I was trying to force it, and it didn't work out.
Right.
So now we're here. And super excited about this. It's something, probably should have tried to do years ago.
Yeah.
But we're here now, and I mean, man, I'm super excited about it, and
yeah, we're ecstatic about it. I think Kurt, selling them through his location down here is going to be.
And nobody knows about it till now.
No, and who knows when this is going to air, but it ain't going to be now.
Right.
But it'll be soon, but not anytime when we air this.
I mean, people know that we've moved towards the production.
Yeah.
It's just when can I get one? Where can I get one?
Right.
So our next thing is to, be able to the demand that's there, be able to get the boats out.
Yeah.
Well,
I think at least from my side of manufacturing side of what I do is focus on doing what I do good, and then we can focus on catering to the customers and getting them product, and then that way hopefully take a whole lot off your plate.
Right. Yeah. And that's another, yeah. I mean, great point there, because that's, to me, and I told Kurt the other day, the less that I have to do, the better that this is all going to flow and work out.
Yep. To me, even because I do manufacturer standpoint, you went from custom to custom to custom to custom. Now, granted, this is nowhere near a production point in anybody's eyes, but you can do a run of 25 boats all the same.
Correct.
And it's just everything's just going to get better.
We don't have to change jigs out.
That's
we don't
right.
have to, and that was the thing, man. I mean, if we're over the years of building, I have 17 boats on the books, or however many it may be, and they're 17 to 18 foot boats, and then you throw two 24 footers in there.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, and that's what over the years has killed us.
Yep.
It has not been easy. The
Yep.
boats are so expensive. But people don't realize how much time and the cost that goes into it. I mean, and it's a lot of the labor is really the biggest thing. But if we're selling a bay boat that's $100,000, well, I mean, by the time you price it all out, I mean, it just almost makes more sense to build multiple small ones faster, quicker, and keeping, I mean, to me, the steady cash flow. Over the years, the bigger boats, they bring in a lot of money, I guess, but it doesn't come enough.
Quick.
Right. It doesn't come fast enough. And, so, just being able to go a run of 1751, our step chine, same layout, everything's the same. We can go ahead and pre-cut all the stuff, pre-cut all as much as we can, pre-cut the parts, the bracing, and have the stuff, kind of kits, all the sheet metal and all the bracing sitting in the hull. Then we put it onto the jig, and it's just going to come together extremely fast. We're not having to relearn or figure it out,
Right.
So that's over the years, like from the beginning. I think we did 6 boats before I even realized you could cut aluminum with a skill saw. I had a Cajun friend tell me, he's like, boy, you mean to tell me you cutting it all with a grinder? I'm like, yes, sir. I mean, I had no idea you could cut it with a skill saw.
Yeah.
Now using the CNC router and everything fits perfect.
Yeah, you got some crazy equipment down here, that's for sure.
So
come
a long ways.
Yeah, you have, man. I'm extremely proud of you. This is an amazing accomplishment, and man, I just can't wait to see where it takes us to, where we end up in another 10 years. It's going to be pretty amazing.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, I'm excited, man. I really appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to build the boats. And
yeah, it's an honor, man, for you to trust us with your
and
name.
I mean, it's like I said, circling back around from where it started.
It's crazy.
I mean, I can remember the first time you come by the shop, and I was like, man, this dude with this wrap on his truck, he's out there in front of our shop, like, how cool is that? And then go into your shop, and you help me, your wife making us lunch, and I mean, we had a really good friendship, man. And, then we moved down here, and
it's hard.
Life gets busy.
Yeah. Kids.
Yes. I mean, that's what we used to, what are we doing this weekend? Well, now, I mean, we're kids. That's what we're doing, right?
Yeah. It's all about our kids.
So, but it's really, to me, it's just cool, wild, just how it did circle back around from where it all started.
That's right. Yeah.
And this is just the beginning. So
it is. Well, man, we sure do appreciate you. Thank you for jumping on the podcast today. And I know it's freaking hot down here.
It's steamy.
I know that. I will definitely be getting back to my other climate pretty soon. But hey guys, appreciate you watching the podcast. We want to thank Mr. Cruitt down here, and definitely y'all stay tuned. Contact us as soon as this airs, and we will be able to get you taken care of as soon as possible. Obviously, this is going to be a slow start. We're not going to jump into this and have a whole bunch of disappointed customers. So we're going to do it the best way we know how. And appreciate all y'all watching, and see you next time.